This is a crazy video because I'm about to share with you how you can make passive income with ChatGPT and a simple Google Doc just like this. Now, people are making thousands of dollars every single month with this method. And the best part is, I'm gonna share with you how you can create money sites just like this, where people can come to your site. You can set it up to have a course just like this or multiple courses if you want, and you can charge a premium. And this is going to allow you to make $100 per day, $500 per day, and yes, even up to $1,000 per day. Then I'm gonna share with you how you can drive traffic to your money sites using SEO content. This is gonna be fun. Let's dive in. All right, let's get into this madness of a method to make money online. And the first place that you want to go is to Udemy. Now, trust me, this is going to go way beyond just Udemy, but this is an amazing website where people are making money. And that's what I shared with you right here with these figures, where people are making passive income. And the cool thing about Udemy is there's so many different topics that people are creating online courses on. So if you've never heard of this website, it's simply an online course platform where people come here and they upload courses to the platform, and it drives its own traffic. So you don't have to worry about the passive income and the effort of driving traffic and building your own website and all of that stuff. Now, later in this tutorial, I am gonna show you how you can do that. And I'll give you a big reason of why you might want to do that, because it allow you to make more money. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But Udemy, if you come over here and you take a look at the Explore, they have so many different topics that you can find where people come here and they literally pay to learn different things. So you have things like programming. You have this whole area, this whole section is development and software. You have business, where you have sales, business strategy, money management, finance, IT, office, and like Microsoft programs like Excel, Microsoft Word. There's courses on almost everything you can think of. Marketing, of course, is on here. Things like affiliate marketing, photography. So if we just take a look at this and we come in here, let's just come in here and I'm going to search YouTube, and we're just going to pull this up, and I want to show you just what this looks like. Okay. Now, what you see here are different courses on this specific topic. Now, this is just one little section that I was talking about. And if I come over here, I want you to get an idea of what some of these courses are selling for. Okay. This one right now is selling for $16.99. Now, I will tell you that I've purchased a lot of courses off of here, and a lot of times I think that this is kind of like a fake scarcity and they don't really sell it for this much. However, sometimes I have seen expensive courses on here, but it just depends on what you're trying to learn. This course right here is $16.99. And if we come in here, you can see basically who created this course. And this one specifically is Phil Ebner. And I want you to take a look at how many ratings are here. Okay, 11,716 ratings, and total learners that he has in his courses are 185,636. So, I mean, if you do the math on if all his courses are 16, which they're not $16.99, some of them are going to fluctuate. Some are more, some are less. But you can see where the potential to make a lot of money is right here, right? And you can come down, you can look at this. And what I love about Udemy is that you create these courses and people find them through Udemy, and that then gives you a passive income stream because you're not out there trying to promote the course. Now, I would say its biggest strength is also its biggest weakness, because then you have a lot less control. So let's just say that Phil wants to change this course from $16.99 and start charging $197, and he doesn't want to give a discount. Well, he doesn't have total control over all of that, but it is an amazing platform, and you can see that people are making money. So let's just come back to a different scenario here. And let's come over here to something like finance, IT. Let's go into office productivity here. And then let's go into Microsoft Excel, because I think I have this already pulled up for you so you can really see how much people are actually making here. So you can see these courses here. These are all Microsoft Excel. Students in this one, 461,000. That is crazy. And it's being sold for 20 bucks. This one right here, 27,000. It's $17. This one is 8,000. It's $15. So you can see that these courses are selling. There's a demand for this, right? And if we jump over here, I did a quick search on this site right here. It says, what course topic are you interested in? And what I did is I put Excel. So if you're wondering, well, how much are people actually making with Excel? The top monthly revenue, which I would venture to say is the one that I just showed you, was that guy who's selling it, is making $32,000 per month. That is absolutely crazy. And if I jump back here to what I shared with you in the beginning, this one is digital marketing, I believe it was. Yeah. So digital marketing is what I searched here. And this one is the top monthly revenue of $23,000 a month. Now, like I said, people are making a lot of money with this. And I'm going to share with you how you can start making money with this by using ChatGPT to create these courses. And I'm going to share a really cool AI tool that you probably haven't heard of before. So let's start this process of creating these courses. What I'm going to do is come over to ChatGPT and I'm going to say, create a course outline about learning digital marketing, because we saw that that was pretty profitable on that site. So why don't we just do that? And look what happens. So right now, ChatGPT is doing the work for us, where typically we would have to do all this, right? We'd have to do all the research. We'd have to put together these lessons, come up with the titles. And this is what technology can do for us right now. This is so crazy to think that it can do this for us and we don't have to do it. All right, so ChatGPT is done outlining our course for us. This is a very in-depth course. If this was about digital marketing, like you could sell this for a lot of money if this whole course gets created. And that's the whole idea of this video. So now what we want to do is we want to take this and we're going to continue to leverage AI to make this a beautiful thing where we can start making a lot of money. So we're going to do that using a Google Doc and a tool that I'm going to share with you that is mind-boggling. So what you need to do is open a Google Doc and keep a blank one just like this. And then you need to jump over to the Google Chrome web store. All right. And there's a Chrome extension that you need to download called Brisk Teaching. This is absolutely free. And I know it's for teachers, right? But you can really use this for anything. And this is an AI assistant for teachers. You need to go ahead and download this to your Chrome web browser. It's absolutely free. Once you have this Chrome extension installed, we're going to jump back over to our ChatGPT. And what we want to do is we want to copy the entire course outline. So I'm going to come all the way down and I'm going to copy this to my clipboard. Then I'm going to jump back over to my blank document and I want to paste this in here. And what you can see now is we have the tab on the left-hand side, right? It's all in here and we're ready to go. So now this is where this crazy tool comes into play called the Brisk Teaching Chrome extension. At the bottom right-hand side, you're going to see this little pop-up right here. When you click it, it does a pop-up. If you don't see this, you need to come up into your Chrome extension settings and make sure that it's on your toolbar. And then if you don't see it, simply click it and it'll pop up. And what we want to do is we want to select Create. And remember, this is absolutely free. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to say select Presentation. And then in this presentation, let me come back here. You select presentation. You can choose the language that you want this in. You can choose your AI model. You can only do the turbo mode if you're paying for it. So remember, we're sticking to the free version. And then what you want to do is you can choose how many slides do I want. Now, before I do this, I'm going to back out and I want to see how many modules do we actually have here. We have 13 modules. So I'm going to leave it at 20 slides because this is actually pretty big. And you could actually even I think you can do more. No, 20 is the most that you can do on the free. So what you want to do is you're going to describe your presentation. So all I put in here was, this is a course about digital marketing. And you can choose to have images or you can go without images. Because this course is so long, I'm going to say without images. And then you can choose the grade level. I'm going to leave it at the level of a 6th grader. And then all you have to do is click next. And once you click next, you have a template. What I want to do is I'm just going to simply click this one here called light. And then you click on brisket. Once you click brisket, now it's going to start creating all the slides of what we just created. This is what happens when you're creating YouTube videos. I missed a huge step before we brisked this, and that is you need to come back into ChatGPT. And of course, right, we don't have the content of this. So I would have to say right here, write module 1, and then we would let it write this first. And once we have this listed out, now this is the actual course content, right? So it gives you assignments, the lesson, and this is what we're going to be covering in the course. So this was a huge mishap on my bad. And what you want to do here is you would actually copy the lesson, then you would come over here and you would pop it in here. So before I just copied the outline, which is fine. I could create, just name this digital marketing outline, and then I can create a new one and you would start pasting it into here. Once you have that done and you have the entire course, then you would click brisket. So now that we have our course in a slideshow, this is how we would present it. We need to be able to record our content. So, right, we're going to record our screen and everything that is listed in here, every single lesson that we put over into here, and then we brisked over into the presentation. Now we need to record our screen. And there's a super easy way to do that. And that's through something called OBS Studio. If you've never heard of OBS Studio, this is an open source, it's called open broadcast software, but it's open source, which means, guess what? It's absolutely free. You don't have to pay a dime for this. And here's a little fun fact. I'm recording this video right now on OBS Studio. I record all my YouTube videos on OBS Studio, but you would simply install this. You can install it to Windows, Macs, or Linux. You can install this. It's absolutely free. And what that will allow you to do is you can record your talking points. So what you would do is, let's just say I was going to do it right now. And then I would, simply go like this. And if you don't want to have your face, right, you can do this completely faceless. See, I can take my face away and I'm still talking to you. And I say, hey, what's up, you guys? Today we're going to go over the digital marketing landscape. Here's what we're going to cover. You go into the next point, creating a marketing plan, define your niche, right? And so you would be able to go through the course with your students just like this, which is pretty cool, right? And so that's what you want to do to record your course. Once you're done with that and it's all done, you're going to have every single file that's good to go. You're going to then jump back over into Udemy. And Udemy is where you're going to upload your course, and you're going to allow the Udemy algorithm to then push your course out so you can start making passive income, right? Now, this is a really cool way. If you guys got value out of that, please hit that thumbs up to let me know. But we are not done. I told you I'm going to show you how to make these money sites so you can make even more money, right? Now, this is an amazing way, what I just shared with you. Using Udemy, like I shared with you, people are making thousands of dollars per month by leveraging that platform. I want to show another way that you guys can have your own website, your own piece of the pie on the internet, and start making money from it. Now, one of the biggest setbacks that people have when it comes to creating their own websites, something just like this, or where'd my website go? Right here, is that they don't know how to get traffic to it, okay? And I'm gonna share with you just one strategy. There's many strategies. This video would obviously go way too long if I went into multiple strategies. But what I'm gonna share with you is how to drive people to your sites just like this, where they can come here, they can, you can have multiple courses, right? So instead of uploading them to Udemy, you can have them on your website and people can check out. And the cool part about this is you are in full control of all of this, right? So we have a lot to cover in this portion of the video. So let's just dive right in. So if you don't have website hosting, you are going to need it. So I will leave my affiliate link down below. And at the time of filming this, I recommend Hostinger, and they have their Black Friday sale. Hostinger is for beginners. I will tell you that, okay? And what you see here, this course that I made and showed you, this was all with Hostinger, okay? And this is what it looks like on the back end. It's going to be a WordPress website. And they actually do have another site builder. But if you want to have something like this, then you're going to need WordPress, okay? So I recommend go grab Hostinger. If you're watching this and it's still before Black Friday, you can get a crazy deal. And I recommend going with the business plan. There's multiple reasons for it, but one of those reasons being is the storage. So if you go with the free one, and it all depends on your budget, right? You can go with the cheaper one, but just understand that you're going to be limited on your storage, right? So this gives you 200 NVMe storage, which is actually faster than SSD. We're not going to get into that and nerd out, but it's faster. And no matter what you choose, you actually get a free domain. So you will get a free domain with your purchase using Hostinger. Now, Hostinger, like I said, the rest of this tutorial is going to be used using Hostinger. So if you don't have WordPress, you know what to do. Go get it. Now, before we dive into that, if you want to learn affiliate marketing, I have a free course down below that's going to show you how I made over $1 million with affiliate marketing, making daily commissions like this, $1,000 a day here. You can see commissions here, another income source here, another income source, $18,000 here, $12,000 here. So I will leave my affiliate marketing course down below. Like I said, it's 100% free if you want to go grab that. All right, I'm in the backside of my Hostinger account, and I just want to mention one thing. When you're setting up your Hostinger account, they're going to give you a free domain. I highly recommend that you actually connect that while you're going through that process. It's free. Definitely connect it, because I did have some connectivity issues with their self-hosted domains, which basically means it's not a real website. It's just on their servers or their own little domain. Make sure that you set up your domain so your website functions properly, okay? All right, so we're in the back side. What you want to do on the left-hand side is click on websites. Once you do that, yours is going to look a lot more bare than this, but you want to create, if you haven't already in the creation process, is a WordPress website. And if you look at my site right here on the right, whatever website you want to access, you select WordPress admin. We're going to jump over here, and this is what it looks like. It's going to actually look something just like this. And this is the backside of WordPress. Now, the first thing that we want to do to get a beautiful looking site like this is we need to change some functionality to this. And the first thing that we want to do is come over to appearance on the left-hand side, and you want to select themes. And you're going to see this little purple looking guy right here. And this is called the Astra theme. Now, the reason that I love Astra, I actually run it on my main website, is it is known for being lightweight, which means it's not going to bog down your website, and it's not going to make it slower. There's a lot of WordPress websites out there. I can attest, I have one that also runs a really heavy theme, and it's super slow, and it requires a lot more plugins. So what you're going to see, if you have Hostinger at the time of filming this, it's not going to be the active theme. It's going to be sitting somewhere over here. And what you want to do is click on activate, and activate the Astra theme. If for some reason you don't see this, or you have hosting somewhere else, all you would have to do is go up to add new theme and do a search for Astra and install it. Okay. Now that we have our new theme, the next thing we want to do is we have to install some plugins to our website so we can start selling courses. And you want to come over to plugins, add new plugin. Once you've clicked on add new plugin, at the top right-hand side, what you want to look for is something called Astra Starter. Once that comes up, this is the one that you want to install. It says Starter Templates, Elementor, WordPress, and Beaver Builder templates. You're going to see that it will actually have a little button right here that says install now. You want to click install and then click activate. Once you've done that, we're going to move on to the next plugin. Now remember, all these plugins that we're going to be installing, it's functionality to our website. And that's the awesome thing about WordPress, is that it allows you to add all this different functionality. So the next one that we want to install is called Tutor LMS. And what this is going to do is allow us to build out beautiful courses that look amazing. This is what it looks like right here, Tutor LMS. Click on install and then activate this plugin as well. Now that we have those activated, there's only a couple more that we need to install so that way we can start taking payments and make money. The first one is called WooCommerce, and this is a plugin that allows you to accept payments so you can charge people for your courses. So this is what it looks like right here. You can see over 8 million active installs. You would click install and then activate this. Now what we want to do is we have one more regarding WooCommerce, and that is Stripe. So type in WooCommerce Stripe, and Stripe allows us to take payment. This is the actual payment gateway. So this is what it looks like. You want the one that's by WooCommerce, or it's by Stripe, I'm sorry. So you're gonna come here, click on install and activate that one as well. And then we have one last one to install, and that is so that way we can send emails. So when someone purchases, they get a confirmation email from our website to their email inbox. If you don't set this up, people will not receive emails. Now, something very important regarding this. I am not going to go into all of the setup for all of this, right? I will leave down below or in the comments, I'm going to leave resources for you guys to set these up. So because you signed up with a Hostinger, if you did, you get free email inboxes, and you can actually link this to your Hostinger emails. What you want to search for is WP Mail. And what that's going to do is bring this one up right here, WP Mail SMTP by WP Forms. This is the one you want. And the reason that I'm telling you you want this one is because I'm going to leave you a tutorial that I'll link down below that you can follow to get this set up with Hostinger. So that way you can actually have emails send out from your website and they actually hit the inbox. So what you want to do is click on install for this one as well. It'll install, it turns to blue, click on activate. And then I'm just going to go follow the setup wizard and finish this out. Follow that tutorial I'll link below, but I'm just going to click exit for now. And boom, bam, we are set up. At this point, we have everything that we need on our WordPress website to move forward and start making money. Everything is there, all the functionality, the beautiful website design. I'm gonna walk you through that part in this tutorial. How to create the courses, I'll show you a little bit about that. And now we can accept payments. So first thing let's do is let's make our website look beautiful, because when you first start this out, it's gonna look pretty dumb. So what you want to do is come to appearance right here and come down to starter templates. Click on starter templates, and this is going to allow us to install a template into our website absolutely free. Now, what you can do is you can actually use AI to build this. They use something called ZipWP, and it costs nothing. It's absolutely free. So if you want to use AI to build your site, you can go ahead and feel free to do that. In this example, I'm going to use the classic starter templates, okay? And that's exactly what I used to build this right here. This is how I got this, was not through the AI builder, but it's also, like I said, free. You just create an account, everything's free there. I'm gonna click build with the template. And then what I chose is the block editor. You can use Elementor or the Beaver builder. And I love Elementor. I've used Elementor for years, but I will tell you this, Elementor will slow your website down. If you want your website to stay fast and lean, then use the block editor and click on block editor. And then this is where you're going to get all of the different sites that you can choose from. Now, the only thing is we are not paying for this. All this is completely free, right? So what you can do is just don't select any of these premium ones and it will be absolutely free. At the top right, you can see that we're using the block editor. If you did have Elementor installed, which is also a free builder, you would select that. Okay, now the one that I used was this one right here. And once you select it, it's gonna open this page right here. And the cool thing is now on the left-hand side, you can change your color palette. So when I do that, you can see it's changing from blue to green to red, and it changes the whole style and feel. And not only can you do that, let's just go with red, and I'm not gonna save this because I already did this on the website. You can also change the font. So as you can see, as I'm clicking this, it's gonna change that as well, which is pretty cool. So go ahead and set this up how you want and the look and feel. I want to share one quick tip with you, and that is on the home page, if you want to have navigation that goes to courses, that is not there by default where people can actually go and buy your courses. So I'm going to share with you how to set that up. And that is you go to Appearance on the left, and what you want to do is go to Menus. And once you installed Tutor LMS, it started creating paths, which is basically URL paths. And what I did here is you can see that I created one called Courses. And the way that I did that is through a custom link. So you're going to have your primary menu, as you can see here, the primary menu. What you want to do when you're at the primary menu is you want to click on custom links right here. Click on custom links. And then right here, whatever your URL is, and then you want courses. So let me show you exactly what that looks like so you can set it up. And then once you do that, you'll say add to menu, it'll pop it over here. So right here, this is my URL. I used a subdomain for this, so don't worry about that. It'll say yourdomain.com or yourdomain.co or whatever you choose. And then you want /courses. That is the unique URL that you can set up in your menu here so people can navigate to your courses. All right, now let's create our courses and sell them. So on the left-hand side, Tutor LMS, you have courses. You're going to click on that. Before we do that, you also have settings. Be sure to go into your settings. I did have to go in and adjust some things. So for taking payment and all that stuff, just go into the settings of this so that way you can start setting it up. But right here for this example and setting this up, I'm going to go to courses, and this is the one that I created. So all you would have to do at the top is click add new, and then you can create your new course. And what that's going to look like is, I'll dive into this one, is you can name your course up here. So let's just call this, keep the theme of this video, digital marketing course. And I changed it there. And then what you do is you come down here, and for this example, one thing that I decided to do is disable cache, but I just turn that off so that way when people are in my course, if I update something, I want that update to be fed out immediately to my site. So you can come down here, you can choose maximum students if you want that. You don't want to do that because you want to keep selling this as many times as possible. Beginner, you can select your difficulty level right here. And then right down here, you can actually do Q&A if you want as well. And let's just turn that on for the example. And then this is where you can choose if it's paid or free. Now, if you're not seeing this, that's because you didn't install and set up a product with WooCommerce. So why don't we go ahead and save this? I'm going to update this, and then we can preview the changes. So let's preview these changes real quick, and we can see what this looks like. So this is what our course looks like now. It's called Digital Marketing Course. We can add it to our cart. We're charging $297. And at this point, you might be wondering, well, how did you get the $297? So let's set that up real quick, and that's with WooCommerce. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see WooCommerce, and just under WooCommerce, you're going to see products. What you want to do is go ahead and click on all products, or from there, you could have chose add new product. But you want to add new product right here, okay? And in this case, I'm going to open up and edit course 1 because we changed the name of it. So let's do that. So right here, you're going to name your course. I'm going to call this Digital Marketing. And remember, this is the product, not the actual course. So we're linking a product, which is how we charge, and we're linking it with the actual course itself. So this is the payment processing portion of this, okay? And then what you want to do come down here to this area, and we're going to choose simple product. And this is if you're selling a one-off course, which that's all you can do with the standard WooCommerce. And I ticked virtual, and I checked tutor. Now, I do know that there's settings that will automatically process and complete the payment from processing to complete with tutor. That was in the settings. And I'll see if I can find that for you. And then you're going to simply set your price here. So I said this one is $497 and it's on sale for $297. All right. And then you'll come down here. It has the course slug. I changed that so you can choose whatever you want there. And then for this example, we're done. Let's go ahead and click on update. So now we have a product. And now what you would want to do is link that back to your tutor course. So I'm going to come up here to Tutor LMS. I'm going to click into my course that I was creating. And then I'm going to come down here. And this is where you want to choose the paid version. So you would select paid and then choose your product that you just created inside of WooCommerce. I do know in the main settings of Tutor LMS, let's just dive it in here. You need to set up monetization right here, and then you're going to select WooCommerce. So that needs to be done as well for that to show up for you to start charging. And then we want to continue and go and fix something else. All right, so under courses right here, you want to select this, scroll all the way down, and it may be different from when the time I'm filming this. And then this is your preferred video source. So how do you want to have your videos hosted inside of your course? So pick the ones that are applicable to you. And then what you want to do is save this. Now let's jump back into our courses. And then when you scroll down, this is where we can start building out our actual course. So I can add a topic here and say digital marketing guide. I'm going to add that topic. And then inside of topics, you can create lessons. So this, we'll call this lesson 12, because I already, just for example's sake. And then you can put a little blurb right here. And then you can come down here, select the video source, right? So if it was a YouTube video, and then you'd paste the URL there. If it's a Vimeo video, you paste it there, right? So this is where you would do this. If you want the playback time to show how long the course is, you would manually type that in here. So if this was a 25-minute video, you would simply come here and select 25 minutes. All right. And that's how you do that. You're going to click update the lesson. And then right up here, you click on update. Now, really cool. Let's go see what our changes look like. And for that, we come here. I'm going to click on courses. And this is our course, digital marketing course. I'm going to click on this. And this is now what it looks like. So people can come here and these are your topics. And then underneath topics are the lessons. They can come here and see what this looks like. Once you connect Stripe, which is inside of WooCommerce, you'll be able to actually take payments and make money. So before I let you go, the last thing, if you want to do that, is you'll go into WooCommerce. You're going to go to under WooCommerce, you're going to go to settings. And then under settings, you're going to click on this tab right here called payments. And then once you are here, you're going to see this one right here called Stripe. What you need to do in order for this to work and for you to actually get paid is you need to turn this on and set it up, right? So you will have to have your Stripe account. You will have to have that turned on. And once you link it all together, you will have something like this. Now, obviously, it's going to take a little more work. You're going to finish out this site. You're going to create more courses. You're going to do whatever you want to get it done. And then the last thing I want to share with you is how can you start driving traffic? And I love artificial intelligence to do the heavy lifting. So that's what I'm going to share with you. I told you I'm going to show you SEO, right? How can you use SEO to start doing this? Well, I'm going to share with you this tool right here. I'll leave my affiliate link down below. You can sign up absolutely free. It costs you nothing to get started with this, and you can create something like 5 free articles. This is really cool. And I'm going to share with you a trick inside of here that absolutely crushes it when it comes to ranking and search engine optimized articles. So if you decide to actually start going monthly, it will be $19 a month. Okay. But to start, it's absolutely free, up to 5 articles. Let's rock and roll, and I'll show you how to use this amazing piece of software. So what we have here is something called one-click art blog post article. And based off of a main keyword, we can have this piece of AI write an entire article for us. And so what we want to do is we want to come up with some sort of keyword. And in this case, we are doing digital marketing, right? That for the sake of this video. So we're going to say how to, and let's do this. Let's do 5 steps to start digital marketing, right? And then what you want to do is create a title. So I'm going to click on generate title. This is going to go out and now it's going to create one for us. So 5 steps to starting digital marketing, a complete guide, right? 5 steps, complete guide. If you don't like it, simply say generate title again. And you're telling it, I don't like that, generate me something else. So it's very similar, 5 steps to start digital marketing, beginner's guide. All right, perfect, let's do that. And then what you wanna do is you can start coming down here and selecting different tools on here that you can use. So first is article size. I'm leaving it on medium, but you can do longer. And actually for ranking, I recommend longer, so I will do longer. You can come in here and you can change the tone of voice from friendly to professional to transactional, inspirational. In this case, I want to do, let's just say informational. You can choose the AI model, and the higher you go into the green, the more it's going to consume of your credits, okay? So just be aware of that. It's going to use more generations and more word count. So I'm going to leave it on the most popular one, which is Claude 3. And then you can change your point of view. And I'm going to do first person, me, mine, right? I think that is more personal when creating a blog post. Target country, I'm going to do United States. And then this is the magic of this entire tool, right? Because there's lots of ways that you can create articles, right? If I wanted to, I could jump back over here to ChatGPT. I could come up here and we can do a fresh one. And I can say, write an article about how to start digital marketing, right? And I can simply click here. I can say go, and then look at this is, why can't I use this tool? And the reason is because it writes like AI, okay? And it's not humanized. And what we want to do, like if I were to take this and run this through an AI detector, it's going to show up like it's not human. And Google knows this, right? So what we want to do is we want to humanize the text. And that's what they have here, okay? So what I can do is I can actually remove AI words. So I'm going to say extended AI word removal. And then you can choose what level you want this on right here. So I'm going to keep it on 8th, 9th grade, easily understood. And then what we can do is come down here and we can start generating images. You can actually do more right here, which is details to include. So if you have specific details about your article that you want it to write, you would include that in this box here, okay? AI images, I'm gonna say yes, 3, that's fine. Image style, you can choose. I'm just gonna leave it default. Include main keyword in the first image alt text. That is also for what you want. You can include a brand name here. And then additional instructions inside of your actual images here, okay? Pull in a YouTube video, yes. SEO, this is also really important. It's gonna include NLP keywords, which are related keywords. I'm gonna click on generate, and automatically, kaboom, look at all this. So we have a bunch of different related keywords that it's gonna sprinkle throughout our article. I'm gonna come down here. You can actually link this, where is it? You can link it to your WordPress website right here. So pretty cool. Link that up. You'll simply install inside of your Hostinger account. You're gonna install a plugin, and it'll automatically push it over from here into there. And you can, once you're in this software, you'll see how that works. And it's pretty easy to do. All right, so for this example, let's get this rocking and rolling. I'm just gonna come up here. I'm gonna click on run, and now it's loading. So I'll be right back with you once this hits green. All right, we have green, so let's open this up and see what it looks like. So we have a blog article that was created, 3,357 words. Now remember, this is SEO optimized and humanized already, which is freaking cool. 5 steps to start digital marketing, a beginner's guide. Here's our first AI image. We come down here, it pulled in a table for us. It pulled in another table because we did that inside of our settings. Okay, and look, this is looking real good. Content marketing, I like that AI image. We come down here, all of this is generated with AI. What an awesome tool. We have another image, conclusion, and a frequently asked question. So what we can do is we can publish this right here to our own site that we just created. And then we can start building up a database, and you can use the plugin. It'll push automatically over into your WordPress site that you just created, so all using this tool. And so what you do is you start building these up and you try and rank them. You can even use things like Pinterest to start driving traffic to your website. And that's how you make a money site. I appreciate you for watching this video. Go watch these videos next.